Okay, so I titled this stream WTF Is Going On in the World because the crimes that I've seen today, I can't believe it. So we're going to start with a man in North Carolina who has been arrested after he showed up to a small town church full of worshipers with 2 flamethrowers, crossbows, and 500 rounds of ammunition, and a notebook listing the addresses of churches and schools. A church member saw him sitting in his truck in full body armor and camouflage and called 911. An off-duty police officer working security at that church walked straight up to that truck and confronted him. He told officers he was law enforcement there to enforce a smoking violation, but he was not law enforcement. Police say what he actually had in that truck was an arsenal: 2 flamethrowers, 2 crossbows, a launcher made to look like a handgun, over 500 rounds of ammunition, knives, duct tape, and police scanners. They disarmed him without a shot fired. All of this just to get disarmed without a shot fired. Every single church needs to have serious security. This could have been a complete massacre. I haven't seen this story reported in any mainstream media, but it looks like this man was about to massacre hundreds of Christians in a church in North Carolina. This is in Las Vegas. Allison Howlett, a man pretending to be a woman, was arrested by police after he allegedly planned to carry out a mass shooting. Police found a huge stockpile of weapons at his home. He's being held on a $500K bond. We have an epidemic of trans violence in our country. I don't think I watched this video.
Alright, yeah, let's No.
But this is apparently him being dragged out of the car by the cops.
Northwest and southwest of the parking lot on the first floor.
Thank you.
Alright, yeah, let's
No, dude, no. Okay, I'll get out, please.
Hold out.
All right.
Northwest.
No, dude, come on, no, dude. Okay. Atlanta spent $130 million to build glass walls for fare evasion prevention. Result? Nice. There you go, try that one. There you go. These numbers are getting passed around on X. Illustrative annual death rates. Gun homicides, 5. Heat deaths in Europe, 23.5 per 100,000. Diarrhea deaths in India, 40 per 100,000. This is another trending story. USAF Major Jason Watson, an active service member, was arrested in D.C. after protesting for Trump's impeachment on the steps of the U.S. Capitol. Democrat Representative Al Green was spotted accompanying Watson before his arrest.
The president and vice president must be impeached, convicted, and removed.
Yes.
In uniform, active service member. And then now get all your pictures and videos. This is the only shot that you need now. I don't know why they're cheering. Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who the hell is he serving and protecting? This is a vehicle set to carry Khamenei's coffin this weekend. Because I thought he was still alive, but I guess that was just one of the countless lies that the regime spewed. Whoa, look how cool! I hope they drop another bomb on his dumb ass just for good measure. Ignore that I liked that. And to carry him to his 72 virgins or whatever. They are consistent, investing a whole lot more on death than life. That's the truth. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has terminated the legal status of a communist Cuban operative who was part of the group that brought Hassan Piker to Cuba. That operative is now pending deportation. FAFO indeed. Rubio saying, quote, "This week I terminated the legal status of Carlos Antonio Loga Dominguez." How many names do you need, dude? A former ICAP official who maintains ties with the organization. Loga Dominguez and his wife and son are now in federal custody pending removal from the United States. But Governor Tim Walz is facing backlash after Minnesota's Board of Pardons voted to pardon a man convicted of repeatedly sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl. According to the Department of Homeland Security, that conviction was the basis for the man's deportation, and the pardon could now help him challenge his removal from the U.S. DHS blasted the decision, while Fox News reached out to Governor Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Chief Justice Natalie Hudson for comments, but have not heard back. The decision was handed down at the June 10th meeting at the Minnesota Clemency Review Commission, headed by Walz, effectively giving Tu Lu Vang a clean slate despite his horrific crimes. The commission even praised Vang in a letter informing him of their decision. Quote, being granted a pardon is a notable achievement and a reflection of the work you have done since your conviction. Upon his arrest in 2005, Vang admitted to raping the girl, astonishingly calling it a minor thing, and trying to blame cultural norms in Thailand, where he was born in a refugee camp in 1983. Vang was convicted in 2006 of first-degree criminal sexual contact. According to the Department of Homeland Security, he repeatedly sexually assaulted the girl between 2002 and 2006, at one point offering her $10 to keep the abuse quiet. Vang pleaded guilty to first-degree criminal sexual conduct, which spared him from going to prison. In a letter to the board ahead of their decision, Vang cited his years of rehabilitation and claimed he had taken full responsibility for his actions. Vang entered the U.S. through California as a child in 1994 under the Clinton administration, which granted him legal status. However, those protections were revoked after his 2006 conviction. He was later detained in Minnesota during President Trump's Operation Metro Surge. Interesting, I didn't read that. Illegal immigration crackdown in the state last year. A 13-year-old boy in Maryland was just found guilty of raping two different 6-year-old girls. The judge adopted Maryland Department of Juvenile Services recommendations and sentenced him to probation with an ankle monitor. No jail time. The boy was then released back to the same home where some of the rapes occurred. The victims are still living in the community. This is a reply to that. The state's attorney, Robert Harvey, said, quote, he can only hope they do not encounter the teen who assaulted them again. This is CNN reporting this, that a DC grand jury has just indicted former Olympian David Hearn with a felony for reaching into the Lincoln reflecting pool as leftists kept vandalizing it. And so this is Janine Pirro on the felony indictment of former Olympian David Hearn, who willfully destroyed property at the Lincoln reflecting pool, saying, quote, on June 19th, he reached down into the pool. Employees observed Hearn forcefully and violently pulling up and removing the bottom liner with both hands. He damaged 2 square feet of sealant from the bottom of the pool. This was a deliberate act to damage the reflecting pool that members of the National Park Service worked hard to restore. A Parks member employee told him to stop, and he shouted at the employee, saying, quote, she cared too much about the reflecting pool, and why did she even care since it wasn't her pool? Belligerent, rude, and disrespectful, according to the NPS employees that witnessed the event. That Florida woman was arrested and released on $8,000 bond after she allegedly sent an unhinged, threatening letter to a neighbor accusing him of being a, quote, Nazi. Here's part of the letter. We know you're a Nazi. The flags were a dumb move. Watch your back, you fascist cow. Remember what happened to Hitler and his fans? The same is coming for you, Trump and Bibi. Which that's not how you spell Bibi. I don't know if libs of TikTok misspelled it or if they're quoting how she spelled it. Oh, sad mugshot. So sad. An angel mom who just dropped a truth nuke straight to Democrat members of Congress.
I understand that you're here for a reason. I don't understand why it's only the Republican side that cares about our American children. And I know that you're a mother. I know that you're a father. I deeply value that. But basically what you just did, what you said was, I'm so sorry for your loss. I have a daughter too. I have a son. I feel your pain. You don't. You don't feel my pain. Because the next words out of your mouth were, but. There's no but. When your child is in a coffin, there's no but. And I need you to understand that. And if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. I'm going to buy you a bench. I'm going to buy, you can put that on the record. I'm going to buy Congress a bench. And they can come and sit and hold my hand and look me in the eye and explain to me why illegal immigrants are more important than my daughter. I really want to know because I don't understand.
Let's see what she has to say. Pramila Jayapal.
Unfortunately, this hearing is, it's the 4th time in this committee that we've had a hearing on sanctuary cities, the 4th time. And there's many other things that we could be doing other than this.
I understand your child is dead, but like, we've talked about this like 4 times already. Like, there's other things we could be talking about. A reply to that was Representative Jayapal is an ugly, disgusting, vile, America-hating piece of crap. How do these people sneak into our government? She doesn't work for America. If a fart had a face. Pedophile alert, pedophile alert. California Democrat Senator Scott Wiener just killed a bill that would have banned sex offenders from running for or holding any state or local elective office, including school boards.
Potentially a very dangerous road we're going down to say that minor crimes are going to ban you for life for running for office.
Sex offenders, minor crimes. Not synonymous, but go on.
That we live in a democracy where people get to run for office, including people who have a lot of flaws.
Hey, check that guy's hard drive. Senator Scott Wiener made it possible for a 24-year-old man with AIDS to rape a 14-year-old boy and intentionally pass HIV and not end up on the sex offender registry, per Senate Bill 145, or be charged with a felony for passing a deadly disease, Senate Bill 239. Then, that same rapist can identify as a woman and be transferred to a women's prison, Senate Bill 132. Okay, so he's reading viewer comments.
What mental disorder do you have? It's this crazy affliction known as nothing. It's very serious though. Doctors say I only have 65 more years to live.
I was diagnosed with autism.
Now, it comes upon you as you get sicker mentally and spiritually, actually. That's when it comes upon you. That's when suddenly I'm autistic. Suddenly I'm non-binary. Suddenly I'm transgender.